Well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank y'all so much for coming over. I think I heard about this some weeks ago, but I guess they're going into more detail about the whole knife attack on Diddy in prison. Now, some people are saying that this may be something that's staged for him to show that his life is in danger so he can get out of jail, so that he can get his pardon. I still don't know what's going to happen with that. They said if it happens, it could be this week. I don't know. But my thing is, I talked about Diddy having money. It was reports a while back, y'all remember, when they were saying that he's running the prison. When you have money, you can pay for things, you can get access to things. And, I was like, he might be living like a king in there. But apparently, somebody put a knife to him. But we're going to see what I guess it's going to go into more detail, but I don't know. Some people are saying they don't believe it. So we ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Diddy obviously just starting out his time, well, not just starting out, but starting out his official sentence since being sentenced not too long ago. And I think suffice to say it's not going well so far.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, he's got 4 years and change that he's going to ultimately have to serve, although he has served already a year as he awaited his trial and then went through his trial. So ultimately,
if it's low, it's the video. It's not me. Just letting y'all know.
Probably was going to serve about 2.5 years or so, but it's still serious time that he's going to have to serve. And he has already, at least if you listen to people close to Diddy, been the victim of violence behind bars. So there was an incident that we first learned about 2 weeks ago during Diddy's sentencing hearing, and he said, I was sleeping in my bed in the prison. It's a federal detention facility in Brooklyn called MDC Brooklyn, and there are federal inmates who are in many cases waiting for their trial as well. And Diddy claimed that somebody held a knife to his throat. He woke up and this guy basically had him, and he had the knife, and Diddy was at this person's mercy. Now, it's unclear what exactly happened from there. Was there a guard that came in? Did Diddy somehow fight this person off? Well, it seems unlikely that happened. Or did the person just leave? Bottom line, this guy, at least according to people close to Diddy and Diddy himself, could have hurt him badly or even taken his life.
And a lot of times that's what it is. Unless this dude is like, because I mean, there's still time left, but I'm just saying, unless this dude is like trying to threaten him to be like, put some money on my commissary or do this or do that. Because my whole thing is like, with threats come retaliation. I don't know if that's something Diddy would be doing in there. Like, yo, I need y'all, I'll give y'all some money if y'all get this dude who tried to get me. I don't know. But, yeah. What are y'all thinking? Please comment below.
I think that was something they wanted known during the hearing because they wanted the judge to take some pity on Diddy. It probably didn't help ultimately because he does get the 4+ year sentence. But again, this just is something that is the reality of life for Diddy right now. It's a guy who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars who is now living in a prison cell and will be at least, again, for the next 2.5 years or so.
So, Michael, obviously it was kind of like an intimidation tactic, right? It didn't seem like they were actually trying to hurt them.
One of Diddy's friends, and that's why the story is kind of has gotten a little bit more attention now today, because one of Diddy's friends has come out and spoken about it as well. And according to the friend, it sounds like the guy said something to the effect of, I could hurt you at any time, in a little bit of more threatening language, but said something along, in that vein. And it does seem like it was an intimidation tactic. And it sounds like the guy could have obviously, again, hurt Diddy very badly, but chose not to for whatever reason. But saying I can get to you if I want to, and I mean, you've got to imagine that's an incredibly disconcerting feeling then for Diddy to not feel safe behind bars where he's got nobody there, he's by himself. And to know that somebody could get you at any moment has got to be really scary.
Michael, how is the prison responding moving forward? Because I think it's fair to say that there's a good chance if Diddy's just out there, in Gin Pop, that he's going to be a target for the next couple of years just because everyone there knows who he is. But what is that balance of, like, you don't want to be in solitary confinement for the next...
Wait, what did he say? General population. Okay. It's like Gin Pop. All right. General population.
3 years. So what is that sweet spot?
Right. I think that's a great question. And I don't think we have the answer to it yet, because he is going to be transferred from this MDC Brooklyn facility, likely to a federal prison that's more of a long-term facility. It's likely going to be a place in New Jersey. He wants to be close to his family, and there is a place there that fits a lot of the things that he's looking for. He has asked for a drug and alcohol treatment program, so he wants to go to a prison that has a program that he can take and hopefully better himself so he doesn't have issues when he does finally get out. So he is looking for a place like that. So he will go somewhere else. But I think that's a great point. You don't want to just sit in solitary confinement for 3 years and not have any contact with anybody. That in itself is horrible. So how do you have the right level of interaction with other inmates to where he's safe, but he's not at risk? And I think that's going to be a hard balance to strike because he is so famous. Obviously, he's not the first famous inmate. Matter of fact, he's not the only famous inmate in that place where he is right now. Luigi Mangione is in that facility with Diddy as we sit here and talk now. So they've got experience with high-profile inmates, but I think it's a hard balance to strike is probably the answer.
One of the things I wanted to ask before we moved on, it's been a lot of back and forth as to will he, won't he, but any updates on whether or not President Trump is actually going to or not going to pardon him?
Yeah, no clue. There are obviously people who are, familiar with at least Diddy's thinking here and conversations that they say have taken place, and they feel like there is a real opportunity, a real chance that Donald Trump could pardon or commute Diddy's sentence. And obviously, with a swipe of the pen like that, Diddy could walk out then. And I suppose that would clear up a lot of his problems. But obviously, up until now, the White House has said, no, that's not true. The president is not going to take any action on Diddy. We will see. I think we obviously all know Donald Trump at this point, and I think if he wants to do something, he's going to do it, and if he doesn't, he's not. And I think we just have to wait and see what he ultimately chooses here.
I'm glad they brought that up too, because I did that video talking about will it happen. The thing with Trump is like the shutdown is coming from other people from the White House. Like they don't want, I think they're advising him like they don't think this is a good idea. But Trump is the type to be like, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. If you're asking me right now in this moment, do I think he's going to? My question is, I have no clue. I have no clue. But if he does, I said it before, Diddy is going to have to do some dancing for him. Trump rallies, T-shirts, hats, all that. I don't know how this going to make, if I'm sitting, remember, we're speaking hypothetically. If this happened, how this going to look in the whole hip-hop culture, what it's going to look like, because Diddy will be out. And I think he will want to probably start his tour, music, whatever. But whatever agreement him and Trump has, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, again, like I said, today, you guys still got the weekend. You're just going to wake up and it's going to be like, it's going to be a yes or a no. The fact that Trump hasn't flat out said, no, I'm not going to do it, is why people are still talking about it. Until he comes out and say no. Yeah. So, prison life for Diddy ain't so sweet. I mean, I will say I am a little surprised, because I thought somehow, some way he would get with somebody and try to pay for protection. You know, if this story is true, if it really did happen, he can see how easy it is to get to him. Yeah, it's going to be hard to sleep at night. But we'll see, man. I just feel like right now he's hoping and praying and wishing that Trump is going to get him up out of there. But guess we'll have to wait and see. Again, appreciate y'all coming over and watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.